Well, the NBA draft happened last night. Sacramento Kings made some very interesting picks that have the fan base buzzing. Good day, sports director, Mr. Cody Stark, standing by with somebody who can help us break this all down.
There was surprises. There was drama. There was flash. I was even crying during part of this. It was an amazing night. Damien Barling joining us now to talk about last night's incredible draft. It was crazy. First things first, Cade Cunningham. I didn't know much about that kid, the #1 draft pick of Detroit. He is so charming and so cool, and his little daughter just stole the night.
Oh, yeah. Like, he's watching him go through the interview process over the course of the last week or so, the stuff that we've been privy to. He's definitely a charmer. He has like legitimate superstar potential off the court. Now, I believe he has superstar potential on the court as well. But he has kind of that dynamic X factor that would make him really good for a variety of companies out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I was impressed the entire draft. Every time these guys came on and they were talking about their stories and stuff, there were some really interesting characters. I think the NBA is really set up for the next 10 years to be something if these guys can play.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the great things about the G League Ignite team, which takes, the most elite college prospects or the most elite high school prospects and put them in kind of a pro situation, is that there's almost like classes that go along with it. You know what I mean? There's like, hey, here's how to be a pro. So you saw a lot of that with some of the guys from the Ignite last night. And then, you mentioned Cade Cunningham as well from Oklahoma State.
So charming. Okay, let's talk about our draft picks. Our #1 draft pick, Davion Mitchell. His nickname is Off Night. Off Night. That is one of the greatest nicknames ever. Tell us a little bit about this kid and what you think is going to happen here.
Yeah, he was a guy we talked a lot about during the NCAA tournament because Baylor went on that run and played the way that they did, coming off a national championship. And, he's a guy who we had the worst defense in the league last year. Cody, we had one of the worst defenses in league history last year. And you ain't going to get that with Davion Mitchell. And there was a term that we used a lot during this season was the Kings need a dog, the Kings need a dog, the Kings need a guy who will go out there and fight, who will get in someone's face, a guy who will make things difficult for people on the defensive end. That's Davion Mitchell. That's literally exactly who the Sacramento Kings drafted last night at #9. I think he's a great fit for this team.
I do too. I noticed a lot of people were like, we could have got somebody. I think that will take a lot of the pressure off De'Aaron Fox, so he can just focus in on being De'Aaron Fox and not being the primary guy to stop, the guard on the other team. And I think that's going to help everybody.
Well, I think that's one of the great things, too, is De'Aaron has to do so much as the team's best player because he has the ability, in my opinion, to be an elite defender. Mm-hmm. But the problem is he also has to be an elite scorer. And you're talking top 5 players in the league, in the entire league, when you're an elite offensive player and an elite defender. De'Aaron has to focus a lot of his attention on the offensive end. If Davion Mitchell can be out there along with Tyrese Halliburton and perhaps a revamped roster in the upcoming days, that's going to take a lot of pressure on the defensive end off of De'Aaron Fox, which could allow him to be even better offensively. And given what he did last year, that's a pretty amazing thought.
I liked it. I like the pick a lot. Of course, they didn't ask me, but I like the pick a lot. Okay.
Well, I asked you, and your opinion matters to me.
The second pick, Nemius Cuerta.
Nice.
He is the first person of Portuguese descent to be drafted in the NBA. There are 10 million Portuguese folks out there. Should we start doing a Portuguese Sacramento, hello every day on the show? I'm thinking about doing this. We'll take a shot at the beach and say hi to Portugal.
Well, given the fact one of the greatest Sacramento Monarchs of all time and one of the greatest WNBA players of all time, Tisha Penicheiro, is Portuguese. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yes.
Let's roll the red carpet out there and see what happens. And I was listening to Monty McNair talk about him last night. You see his size. He's a big guy who blocks shots. It's not my fault he fell under the radar. We're thrilled that we got him here. He's a big guy. We know that the Kings need big guys regardless of what happens in the upcoming days. And, the old played out saying you can't teach height. Well, he's got it. He's got size. He's got strength. And I'm anxious to see what he could do. He'll probably be a little bit more G League Stockton guy, perhaps. I'll be anxious to see if he's going to be a part of the Summer League roster, or perhaps the California Classic roster. But he's a guy that we'll probably see develop over time a little bit more.
I think that was a great pick. I like him a lot. Today, the Major League Baseball trade deadline is going to happen. Are you guys going to go 7 hours today, or 8 or 9? How long are you going to?
We're doing just like the graphic says right there. We're doing a good old-fashioned 4-hour show today from 12 to 4. The good part about that is the baseball trade deadline is actually at 1 o'clock. So it happens as right in the middle of the show. So that's no problem. We can handle anything that comes our way, and hopefully the Giants do a couple of things today after what the Dodgers did yesterday.
Damien, I listened to a lot of the show yesterday. It was a fantastic show. You guys did a great job of that, but that was a juggernaut, my friend. Listen to their show. You can also watch it. You can all sorts of stuff. You're on YouTube and all that stuff too, right?
Yep. YouTube, Twitch. You can watch us on Twitter if you want to. If you want to find D'Lo and Casey on ESPN 1320, you can.
All right. Tell Kitty I said hi, man.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
Right. There you go, Court.
All right.